And we're back. All right. Who remembers what happened last week?
Uh, Lots of laying low and trying to figure out what was going on. It sounds like Hassar has the credentials of a dead Inquisitor that somehow he managed to smuggle out and used to enact a planetary blockade and turn all the locals against us. So we bribed a dude who was smuggling caviar to let us ride in the back of his truck to get past the police searches into the city.
And now we're outside the city and we have to get in.
Yeah.
No, you're technically inside the city,
Well,
on
like
the
in the
outskirts.
suburbs.
Yeah, we're like on the outskirts of them.
In
We
the
got past the
burbs.
cordon. Cats, why does
Let's get into the city and then escape from the city.
This is how Grand Theft Auto Dark Heresy starts.
And we recovered the glass wasp, who is Champernon. Only mildly broke his arm.
I mean, you like gave him a cast,
Because I
Like
rolled
it never
exceptionally
happened.
well.
but
Then I
yes,
rolled like shit after that, but
you've been told. Well, you discovered via like news reports that the orbital traffic and astropaths have been locked down by order of Inquisitor Winters.
Winters.
I think
But
we're also trying to get Dag out. I don't remember though.
you called and found out that he was he'd been arrested and was at the police station.
And was we were his phone call.
Yep. That's just the kind of 40K planet you're on. Your one phone call is when people call you.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, the guy in front of me doesn't want me to talk to tell you that he's in front of me."
Yes.
That was good.
So, you are currently on the outskirts of Tilea City, the capital. Your face is plastered across the entirety of like this planet, but you have been able to successfully disguise Watchmaker
Eve.
to an extent.
No, I used a fate point.
Oh yes, of course. Watchmaker, Eve, Gar,
And,
and Chewie.
and Chewie. Me and the other one are
Champernon.
Champerdon. and-
me and Shepardon are the only ones.
They don't. It doesn't look good. And yeah, so the
Chewie's a
truck
senile dog
driver.
now.
I imagine you just plopped a rug on him, so he looks like he's fuzzy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. Pitch shifted him.
Please, I need you guys to like mess with him more because it's very amusing to me when you like. He's not a real dog. You can repair him, so it's very amusing when bad things happen to him. The truck driver, you see him drive away, and yeah, you're basically in the burbs of Tilea City.
Okay. So we need to find a way off world, which is itself going to be a task. Starport traffic is stopped, but I wonder. Right, we also wanted to kind of do some research on the planet itself, maybe figure out some possible stuff. My thought is maybe there's some merchants who are really pissed that they can't move goods off world or receive them in world, and maybe we could incentivize them to incentivize the government to declare the heretics found and slain. Maybe kill some randos and make them look like us, and then by the time they realize it's not us, we could be gone. It's an option. We also need to probably find a hotel or something, once again.
Man, that's a lot of fate points I'm gonna have to use to disguise some randos.
We could build a cloning facility. That's only a few tech use tests.
You
How many is
have.
it?
Or we can just go back and bring our clones that we killed.
Oh, yeah.
You're just gonna wait for the Halloween special so you can like grab the temporal shifted U's from another spaceship.
And that's what could have happened. Fucking. What was I gonna say? We could. What was I gonna say? It just fell right out of my brain. My noggin. Is there any way to rig a false call from somewhere? Like, make a call, but make it seem like it's coming from some other source than where we make the call from?
You would be able to do something like that, like bounce a signal using some tech use rolls in order to rig up something like that.
Okay.
I can help.
So maybe we can find like a net cafe or something to do that from, or whatever the equivalent would be.
This planet would be equivalent to like late 20th century Earth and would thus have things like that. Well,
Oh, yeah,
they would
payphones.
they would actually have payphones, like public access terminals,
Want it on.
a planet-wide only like network of data.
So my
It
question
would.
is, where would we be bouncing it off? Like, what would we be doing?
My idea is we could set up a distraction or just a red herring by letting them trace our call to someplace where we're not and get the heat off so we can make more overt moves safely.
How big of an area can we take?
I'm honestly fine with giving them like a genuine location. It just isn't where we are. Like, they could fucking Pizzagate someplace for all I care.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, if we did it like at City A, could we put it between City A and City B? Like, between the two cities, or like we're moving that way? Or how? Like, what kind of range are we talking about that we can do this with?
That I don't know.
You would have to investigate on how to figure that detail out.
To Dark Heresy Google.
We might also be able to find some probably not unsanctioned psychers, but maybe somebody lying low or in with a crime consortium or something who could get a call out for us to the Inquisition. Or possibly, if we could find a way to get proof that Inquisitor Winters has been dead for like 10 years and get that on the airwaves, we could pull the fucking triple twist. And like the whole planetary news cycle, like, ugh, Jesus.
It occurred to me. Planting news stories in general might. I don't know what else we could do.
Yeah, there's not much short of storming a starport, and I feel like we're not going to get away with that one. We could bankroll or provoke an attack on a starport by like gangers or something, so they think, oh, that must be them trying to get off world, and then we just maybe try to smuggle ourselves out somewhere else.
I kind of like that. That's kind of a version of the disguising people to look like us without the disguise rolls to make people look like us.
Yeah, I think maybe getting some lay of the land on the underworld and maybe the smuggling situation on this planet is a good idea, because if anybody knows how to operate under the radar, it'll be them. And they might have, if they're probably not going to have like a super sophisticated network or anything, but they're a better shot than what we've got, and we could always peddle in useful stuff up to and including dirty work if it keeps them quiet and gets us off world. So we gotta go be gay and do crimes.
Okay. How would you like to approach this?
Well, the first step of being gay and doing crimes is being gay, so draw straws. I don't know. I'll ask Eve if her underworld experience would help her find like a way to
Crime Syndicate.
Yeah, either find crime stuff or how we could insinuate ourselves into the local scene.
Okay. So yeah, you can roll a common lore, scholastic lore, underground test to get an idea. Yep.
I will try one as well, because now I have Master of All Trades, and I rolled a 93.
Wow, dang.
Eve's got us covered.
Eve rolled a 1. Okay.
Because she's a badass.
Eve Ward would know, now that she's been on the planet a while, more or less how like the various underworld gangs would work. She would know that yes, there's a lot of motorcycle gangs, a lot of gangers. She also would probably figure out that a number of like smuggling rings do exist. They generally exist on any world with any measure of like trade, which would include this planet. And people like Weasel or Nyx's friend Zan would engage in smuggling. So that would give like a general idea. You'd have to like kind of focus in on stuff to get a little bit better idea. But I would say with that roll that you've got, you would get a bonus to any subsequent rolls.
Okay.
I don't know about Nyx's friend because somebody killed Nyx. Does she know?
You haven't asked her.
And I'm supposed to be the unreasonable one.
Sucks, doesn't it?
I'm sure I'll return a favor to you. In unreasonableness.
Oh yeah. I mean, that just comes with the territory.
Yeah. We also plastered Weasel, so.
Let's figure out what sort of goods and stuff move on this planet. I mean, caviar is one thing, but unless they're producing it locally, which I doubt they are, they're probably getting that from off-world.
It's a bit deserty.
Yeah, it's a bit too Jersey for caviar.
Planet Jersey. Well, that's kind of how it ended up evolving into, yes. So for actually figuring out like the trade situation on world, I would say you would need to like go and actually do some. You could do research to figure out the actual like public trade access, and then can try and build on that.
It's a start.
What kind of role would research require?
Research could go via logic. It'd be an extended use logic test to. Well, how would you go about actually researching it? Would you go to basically this planet's kind of internet cafe? Would you go to a library? How do you want to approach this?
Probably a library is not a bad idea.
They wouldn't expect us at a library.
Nobody expects public infrastructure.
Okay.
I guess we can do that.
Library would be public knowledge. If you were to be able to get a map, you'd be able to find a library without any real trouble, or you could ask somebody. So I would say go ahead and do like an inquiry roll to try and find like the nearest public library.
Inquiry, you say?
Inquiry,
Really?
I say.
At least no. Well, no, I'm not gonna say it. Yay! There we go.
Okay.
Hooray.
So I'm just gonna do one thing real quick. Yep. So Tigo's not able to really get a. He's not able to really find any information. Like people don't really want to talk to him. Eve's just not able to find any information. People don't really know where the library is. Watchmaker, on the other hand, actually, you're lucky enough to find somebody. And they're like, oh yeah, library. Yeah, just head down the road that way. You swing a left after about like 6 blocks, and head down another 4 blocks, and you'll be there. Yep, you'll see it.
Should Tigo do a scrutiny to make sure that whoever he inquired with didn't recognize him?
That's actually what I was thinking.
Yeah, if you wanted to, you could roll a scrutiny.
Not a bad idea.
Really? Wow. No, I
You're-
would fake that.
Okay.
Oh wait, never mind. Were you with me?
In this case, no. I would say it would be on Tigo to do
Okay.
that.
Yeah. Well.
Tigo's not
You know
sure.
what? Don't have me do anything important today.
No, just don't have to do anything important public.
No, don't
You
have me
have
do anything important.
one-
Period. I mean, in terms of the dice roll right now.
What are you thinking?
I have one more idea for if we really need to kick the hornet's nest.
Mm-hmm. The glass wasp.
Lean into the false inquisitor thing and just make like a terrorist announcement on the airwaves or something as a total diversion. If nothing else, it would leave something like, "What the fuck are they doing?"
It would certainly
You know
be
what?
very.
I'm on board for this.
When
Well-
can Tigo do another disguise kit roll?
I would say he probably has used up his disguise kits like like the makeup, so he would just have to go and acquire some more
Oh, okay.
like stuff for it. You still have the disguise kit and like the various tools in it. It's just that you need more makeup to like restock it.
Can Eve go shopping for makeup for Tigo?
Yeah, you'd be able to do that.
Okay.
All right, so Eve's going to go to like a local makeup store. The rest of you go into the library.
Sounds reasonable.
Okay. All right, so the makeup shop also is, relatively easy to find. This is a residential/commercial area. Finding an outlet that would provide makeup is relatively easy for Eve, so I'm not really going to bother with a roll for this. So it's Eve and Chewie, I'm assuming. Or does Chewie go with...
Oh, wait. Who is Chewie's guiding?
Watchmaker, I think.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I think
So Chewie should stay with Watchmaker then.
Okay. So, Eve goes to the makeup shop, and for the rest of you guys who are at the library, what are you doing? What you wanted to look into local trade, so this would be like, the extended use logic test.
Okay.
I mean,
I guess I can roll.
if you want, Gar could like yell at a librarian.
Look at that.
Make him do logic test.
Yeah.
How many rolls am I doing?
Well, this would just be like for...
Fucking hell.
Damn.
I guess I'll fate that.
No, I mean, like, how extended is it? Like, how many rolls do I have to make?
Each roll would be about 30 minutes. So you would just want to like get as more degrees of success than failure, and then how many degrees of success would be your... Okay, there. So, and yes, if Gar wanted to speak to a librarian and convince them to assist, he'd be able to do that.
Hang on, so how many... What are we at now? Like, let's map this real quick.
Okay, so...
He
currently...
faded that one. So
yeah, well, currently Tigo is up by 2. Watchmaker's down by 4.
I did fate point that first. Oh, right, that's still with it. Jesus.
Alright, so we need to get a +2 somehow.
If it's extended use, we can just spend more time in the library.
You can just keep rolling, yeah.
Oh, so we're down 5.
What the fuck?
All right, so you've spent, at this point, about 2 hours. That being said, if Gar would like to get assistance by talking to somebody, he can do that, and it would modify your rolls a bit.
Yeah, Gar goes up to the desk and he's like, "You there?"
So the librarian, older woman with glasses. Yes, can I help you?
We require assistance.
Okay.
Books. I know there are words in these books. I need you to tell me what they are.
Okay. Let me. She just gets a little, like a cane, and she starts like hobbling. And she like gets her glasses, and she puts on. What book would you like to look at, dear?
Should feel bad yelling at an old person? No.
We require the trade and commerce records of this district.
Of course, dear. And she just hobbles over to a... it's the little card catalog, in essence. And she just, like, starts searching through. And while she's searching through, Champernon looks to you guys like, this is kind of my job when I was working for our mutual associate. Did you want me to help you?
Would you?
Snap to it.
Like, have I showed you the it would not be easy, but I would have to show the petulant Hugo the basics of omelet making.
I just keep forgetting we have Champernon.
Yeah. Because
So Champernon just rolled like a 10. Well, it was a 12, but so
this is basically us. We're like, one of us is holding a fucking bolt pistol to a book.
That's you, right?
One of us is. With the way I've been rolling, maybe.
Yeah, that's you the way we've been rolling.
I already burned a fate point. We're 30 seconds in.
Yeah.
About things.
Me too. But you
there we go.
Left.
Does that help?
No. nothing helps.
Okay, Champernat rolled a 12, and the librarian, looking through the card catalog, she would have all the knowledge of this. She does find the books you're looking for, which is going to modify your rules. I would say all this together, you spent about 2.5 hours looking into all of this information, and you are able to find trade. So, you find that the planet primarily, from what you remember, was in conjunction with the information you look up. It is basically slag is brought in, like old equipment that's been destroyed or damaged to the point where it can't actually be repaired is brought to planet. It is melted, recycled, made into something of a more usable form, even if it's just restoring it to like ingots, and then that's shipped out. But the planet also does have a large amount of food that's brought in, as it is not a great planet for bringing in, or it's not great for growing things, or like you can't do a lot of fishing here either. So it's very basic staples of food. It's a lot of grox meat. It's a lot of very plain, like, not technically wheat, but a very wheat-like substance that's grown, very plain. From this, you'd be able to, with Eve's earlier role of the underworld, you'd be able to realize there's rich people on planet, and they want nice food.
That's a start.
In the meantime, Eve is at the makeup store.
Shopping.
And you see, I don't know, I've never been to a makeup store, so this is just lots of makeup. There's that glass, like, counter. There's somebody, like, Eve walks in and somebody sprays her with some perfume.
No perfume, please.
Can I massage your scalp?
It's like the 40k version of those little claw thingies, but it's terrifying.
It's power.
So Eve is gonna get lots of concealer.
The makeup person at the counter. Yes, ma'am. You would like some concealer?
Yes, please.
May I assist you with anything else, ma'am?
I'm gonna get concealer and foundation.
Of course.
And what else do I need? Probably some mascara.
This is 40k. They don't have waterproof mascara.
Oh no.
But how will my inquisitorial eyebrows remain on fleek, Ian?
Eyebrows, eyelashes.
Just don't cry.
I
So-
thought Ian just wrote Champernon there.
Yeah, you have Champernon. Or it's Champernon. I can't remember how did I actually spell it in my freaking notes?
Champagneron.
I have it somewhere. I don't remember. Whatever. He
Anyway.
exists. Just remember he's here. You can do skill rolls if you ask him, but he's not going to take the initiative.
Okay.
So the person at the counter, they get all the makeup together, and all right, man, that's going to be 800 thrones.
All right, no problem.
So you're gonna have to roll influence, and you're actually currently in a bit of a limited influence area because of the you being declared a false inquisitor.
These things happen.
So,
You're gonna be rolling influence at a -20.
all right. Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm gonna fade it.
Okay. It's a little better than a coin flip.
Nope.
These dice, Ian. These
let's see what I have in my
goddamn
gear.
dice.
Can she like
Trade him your bolt
say-
pistol.
No, can't she just like call one of us and say like she put the number in wrong or something and ask us and we can like do a roll for her to give her the number?
Or
Kind of thing.
Well, this is like literally giving them money.
Should I? Oh, let's see.
We do have options for credit, ma'am, if you find yourself a bit light on funds.
Oh yeah, we could always do that.
And he takes out the paperwork for a credit card.
God, you're that guy at Target.
Yep.
How does this work, sir?
Well, you simply fill out the paperwork, and we can give you a credit card right away. It is going to have a 23% interest rate, but if you do this, so you'll be able to just make purchases with the card, and then we'll just send you a bill at the end of the month.
Sign up as
How
Dag
quickly
Leader.
does it get approved?
Oh, it's pre-approved.
Oh, okay. Sure, I'll sign up.
Either
found the
Nick's dead
actual
or Dag Leader.
I found the actual spelling. Champaran.
That one was bothering you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I couldn't remember, and then I had to go and find it. So, E fills out all the paperwork. What?
It's under Ellie Stanzi.
Ellie Stanzi, okay. Puts down Ellie Stanzi, puts down a fake address, fake contact information.
Oh, I could put down oh no, I was thinking I could put down Pew Pew Buster's girlfriend's address.
You could. It's you know where it is, so it's actually a real address.
I don't know if that will like tie everything together too much.
It might. Could one of us like vox you a fake address by like literally looking through an address book or something?
That might be too suspicious. I'm sure I have fake addresses. I could just put down a fake address.
Okay. So you just put down a fake address. Go ahead and make a deception roll to just see if you can convince them that they're not really looking, so it's not going to be a very difficult one to pass.
Well, my deception is awful.
Let's say a plus 20.
Okay.
These dice.
Ma'am, do you have a permanent place of residence?
Of course I do.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. They just take the paperwork back and they slide you a card. There you are, Miss Stancy. I'll ring this up for you. Would you like a bag?
Yes, please. It's not going to be 10 cents.
This is Jersey.
This is.
Oh my god.
They just give you like put it all in the bag, the Leclerc bag. She went to Leclerc.
Plot twist, guys. You're not getting your money. Do you charge this?
I say we just exterminate this whole fucking planet and start fresh.
Oh, you'll get like they get the money, but it's like paid with a check that has like the Inquisition seal on it, and a couple of kittens.
Aw.
Because just because you're in the Inquisition doesn't mean you don't like kittens. So they ring up the makeup, put it all in the bag. So this takes about all this together, getting the paperwork, getting it all placed in. It's about the 2.5 hour mark. It took a while to do all the shopping and getting all this done. So while they're in the library, make an awareness roll.
What is this shop called again?
Leclerc.
Leclerc? I'm going to add Leclerc credit card to my...
I had a feeling that somebody's coming to the library because they recognize me.
Yeah. Awareness, you said?
Awareness, I say.
Fucking come on, dude!
Aw. Well, okay, Watchmaker's a little too busy, like, nose in the book, but Tigo's acutely aware. I hear police car sirens. The woo, 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 woo. And they're getting closer.
I nudge Gar and Watchmaker and Chaperone is like, we gotta go.
Yes.
Alright. Well,
Take the library lady hostage. She was so cute.
And you hear through a megaphone, "We have you surrounded. Come out with your hands up." And then the library lady is just like, "Oh no, they found me."
Oh dear.
And she hobbles over to the counter and she takes out a shotgun.
I like this lady.
Like, they're not gonna take me alive.
Do you have any getaway options if we could help you out of here?
Well, we could go out the back, dearie. And if you see any pigs, you waste them.
Yes, ma'am.
We don't take prisoners here, bitch.
West Side.
I don't know.
You
Okay, I
picked
went.
the right library.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, we picked the best possible place to go for this.
I want her to live.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go.
There we go.
Oh, I don't think I can outrun anyone. But, you know, I'll take a few of them out with me. And she
Maybe
just...
we could, I don't know, shit.
Should we torch the place down?
Nah. Burning books in a Nazi fucking regime? I don't think so. Well, let's use the distraction for now and head to the back door. Maybe stealth it so they don't see us coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and roll stealth for...
Okay, can I also roll scrutiny on Champernon, just in case maybe he raised the alarm?
Sure, go ahead. No, you're pretty sure he hasn't. You actually have been sitting with him the entire time. So you're pretty sure he's not the one who raised the alarm. And thinking about it, you do kind of realize that the person Tico talked to getting directions to the library probably recognized him because they had like a more look a shot. Actually, no, you weren't there. But you could piece it together that it was probably him.
Okay.
Would I recognize this person if I saw them again?
You would probably need to make an intelligence roll to like determine like how like jog your memory about it, but maybe it's not impossible. All right, Champerdon roll. It's tip your tongue. You could yeah, I would probably need to like think about it a little more over the course of the next couple hours, but you could probably do it. Champerdon rolled. I'm gonna just say like single success. So I would just have Gar roll his stealth.
I'm beginning to get upset.
I mean, Gar will roll his stealth if you want.
Can we make a distraction?
All right, guns blazing it is.
Can we make a distraction?
Tigo and Shepherdon are pretty stealthy and are trying to like shepherd you guys out the back when you bump into a shelf of books and it tips over, or at least starts to tip over.
Can I try to catch it?
Yeah, you could do a strength to try and catch it.
Can I make an agility to turn on the stummer before it falls?
Yes, you can. Go ahead and make the agility to try and like stummer it. All right.
So we're all covered by the stummer, right?
Yeah, it'd be like within 2 meters, I think, 3 meters.
Okay, so they shouldn't hear anything.
So, yep. The T goes to grab it and just misses. But Watchmaker is like, oh, and he flips on the stummer and it's just
Noiseless.
But yeah, it also bumps into the next shelf over.
Oh.
Can
then the next...
Can I try an acrobatics on that one?
And then the next shelf, and it just dominoes all these like shelves of library books.
So where are the police in relation to this?
Right now, you know they're outside in the front entrance to the library.
So it doesn't matter.
But
Let's just go.
Yeah.
Silently and fast. Keep them kind of in every direction.
Plasma gun. But actually, no, I'll use my bolt pistol because I can keep it tucked under my shirt for kind of low visibility, and then I can blow up a police car on our way out if we need another distraction.
Okay. So She pointed out to the back exit, so you know the way to go, so you're able to get out. You know, Lee, do you still have the summer on as you're exiting?
If there's nobody around, no.
All right. Getting away from the bookshelves, you turn off the summer. At which point you hear the cops like drive a car through the front of the library. You hear the engine roar and just the smash of glass and mortar as some sort of police vehicle just bursts through, and you just start hearing gunshots from it's a shotgun definitely, as well as a few automatic rifle rounds. So you make your way out the back, and let's see. And you actually don't see any cops.
All right.
As far as you can tell, the back's completely. As far as you can tell, because it lets out into like an alley, and so you have the left or the right, and looking down either direction, you don't see any police currently.
You'd head towards the street that was not the street that we entered the building on.
Yeah.
That would be
Goes to the other side.
That would be the right hand of the alley, so you have to go down that way.
Let us carefully make our way down the alley.
Okay. Do you want to do it stealthily or fast?
I mean, if we can
A fast stealth?
ride somebody else's stealth roll.
Hang on. Can we stealth again here?
Yes, you can. Okay.
I'm not even sure I want to try, but
It's not.
fucking roll.
I mean,
It's
you
not
guys are
too bad. It's
we're
currently
-1 combined.
I am
No.
also not applying this like Stummers or the Cameolian cloak or anything. That's just the raw roll.
I would say apply it if you have it.
Okay, then that would be +20 and +30 respectively.
Okay. Shepardon rolled really well, so he's like all this together. You are moving together silently. So you're able to bypass the cops who are a little distracted with a rather surprising librarian. And you are on the street and you make your way about a block away currently. So you're currently a block away from the library.
Okay. Take another look around, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
Could Watchmaker actually shoot one of the cars and kill all the cops from behind with an explosion?
This is beginning to piss me off.
That's why I'm saying that. Just take them all out. Let me do an awareness.
Okay.
Where is it? There it is. Okay.
Just not able to see it. Well, you're able to see police cars out front the library, but you're not able to get any better idea of what's going on.
Can I switch to my plasma gun, use the scope, and snipe a car around the other side of the building so the engine blows up away from us?
Yeah, you can try that.
I will try that. I will do a full action aim shooty snipey.
Okay, so you're just aiming at a fuel tank in essence.
Yeah. And I'll just make an attack roll because I gotta watch the ammo. I'm not gonna bother with maximal. I don't think we're gonna need it for a civilian police car.
Okay.
I mean, I like destruction, so.
What's the range on this?
A block away would be about, let's say, 50 meters from the a police car. I'm assuming you were shooting one that's farther away from you to
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would be about. The farther away one would be about 60 meters from you.
Okay.
Wow, what the
Okay,
hell
I'll
is
take
going
that.
on?
This is obscene. Oops, wrong button.
It's
I'm just gonna roll another D100, and it'll
Okay.
be against 81.
okay. What the what? Man, roll 20. You're being real rude tonight.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Wow. The hamsters have rolled 20 against you tonight. I'm sorry, or today, Matt. I'm sorry.
They were
It's
against
been
them
like
last
this for a while.
You've got some good rolls ahead of time. Like you got that really good roll when you blew apart the actual engine of the truck that was pulling
That
Shepardon.
basically feels like the last success I've had on this entire mission.
There have been a couple, but yeah.
Yeah, I know it's sample bias and failures sticking out more than successes, but it's still really goddamn annoying.
So you fire a plasma round, and it shoots forward, hits the back of the police car, and just melts like the back end of it, and just isn't able to catch the fuel tank on fire. The cops are... Oh shit, they rolled really well.
Of course they did.
I mean, if the dice want to play this game with me, I'll fucking butcher a shitload of fictional cops in this game if they don't want us to do this cleanly. Like,
They're
fine, have
like-
it your way.
Point at you. They point in your direction like, it came from over there! And you see about 4 cops who are like running towards you. So they're about they're like the closer ones. So they're about 50 they're running towards you. So they're 40 meters away from you at this point.
Are they wearing like flak armor or or are they like plainclothes or uniform officers?
No, they'd be like SWAT, so they would have like some like flak armor.
Okay, I am gonna try to throw a frag grenade.
Okay.
Such that it either blows up the buildings or just knocks them off their feet.
Okay. What's your range on your grenade launcher?
It should be pretty decent. Yeah, it's 60 meters.
Oh, perfect. You're well within range. Okay. So yeah, go ahead and make your ballistic attack with the grenade launcher.
Okay, I'm not aiming.
I mean, you could half action aim if you wanted to.
Okay, then yeah, I'll aim because I'm clearly gonna fucking need it. Hit.
And this is a frag grenade?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, grenade lands
Oh wow. You passed.
directly in the center of like the 4 police. They were like, they weren't running like in a single block, but they were running relatively close together. So go ahead and roll damage.
Alright. Damage. I think a frag grenade is 2d10.
Let me just verify. I think so. Yep, 2d10 explosive.
Okay, so 16.
All right, yeah. So with let me just see. They're just like wearing flak body armor. Or I guess this would count as like a light flak coat, so it's 14. That is enough. So the grenade lands directly like in between all 4 of them, explodes, and this does do enough damage to like just sends shrapnel just spreading out from them, and they just get cut to pieces. You're not sure if they're alive or dead, but they're not moving.
Works for me, let's go.
So you make your way away from the library, just running.
Yeah, I mean for now.
All right, you just take off running. The cops. The cops are taking a little bit of time, but they are able to get an idea of where you are, based upon like you're able to figure out that they're like closing in on you based on the sirens on the car. You haven't lost them yet, but
let's turn blind alleys and places where hopefully they can't maneuver a police car.
okay. Go ahead and make a navigation surface roll to try and lose them by like navigating through these back alleys.
Would I get that bonus for plus 20 to operating in confined areas?
Yeah, I'd give you that for this one.
Okay.
Can we all roll, or
Navigate
is it
surface?
just?
If you're trained in it, you can roll it.
Wow.
Okay.
We'll go with that then.
Yeah, Watchmaker is able to find some back alleys. He knows how to like turn down through back alleys. He kind of like being from a hive world. He's really drawing from his youth of like just escaping down like various alleys from either police or gangers or whoever he needed to get away from. But it's weirdly familiar as he just like ducks down, weaves through, and after about 30 minutes, you no longer hear like the police sirens. The police sirens just get fainter and fainter, and it sounds like you probably lost them at this point.
Alright. Well, that went well. Did we get the info we needed?
Yeah, you were able to get a little bit of info. You understand like the publicly available trade information, and you were able to use Eve's previous underworld information to figure out that there's probably like smugglers who are bringing in like the finer things.
Yep. Okay. So that's a start. Well, let's act on it. It's not like they're going to be able to figure out what we researched. So let's. I guess now we have to do more criminal underworld investigation to figure out where they would be getting food in and out, or.
Well, let's go back to Eve, who finds herself standing outside a police cordon at a library that has been smashed to hell and has numerous body bags being like carted away.
I find
Go,
myself
Granny.
standing there. I'm gonna
Yeah.
walk away briskly.
Whoop! This is not where Eve wants to be.
Oh dear.
Are they like broadcasting like who said that we were at the library or anything like that, or like doing an interview with that person? Because you know how stupid the news is and how people are for their 15 minutes of fame.
No, not in this case, or at least not yet. No, right now, while there are news anchors outside talking about how the heretics and the heretical librarian has been, the heretical librarian has been successfully executed by the police.
Sad.
She took a lot with her.
She killed like 3 cops, yeah.
She's playing Payday 2.
And how the remaining heretics are currently in the process of being hunted down.
So did they say that they've identified how they like are looking, like what they look like?
Well, you would see like the newscaster is showing like the she like holds up a picture and it shows like a police sketch of the heretics. The police didn't actually see your faces, so it's the police sketch that looks like you actually look like, pulled from what appears to be some sort of inquisitorial file.
So they didn't see the disguises.
They did not see your disguised forms, no. But Eve has her Leclerc bag.
With 800 thrones worth of makeup.
Yeah.
Just it's like coming into the pizza party and everything's on fire.
So Eve.
I'm just gonna vox and say, "What's up?"
Static. This is the kind of static that would occur if you're outside of the 1 kilometer range.
Ooh. I'm gonna try to think about where everyone would try to go next.
I'm assuming you could follow the destruction.
Well, I mean, there's destruction mind, but like you were able to duck down and not cause destruction after a point.
After a point. I like how the merciful thing was to drop a frag grenade in the middle of them to knock them off their fucking feet. It's
Well,
like, yeah, they got flak armor, they're fine.
Actually, I guess the flak armor does protect them a little bit. So, I mean, Eve sees like 3 body bags being carted away, and then like an ambulance being loaded up with like 4 different ambulances.
Look, this is 40K. This is what fucking passes for mercy.
All right, so.
Can I do like a survival to try to like track?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Maybe I could try to track Chewie.
Work.
And I'd say you're familiar enough, so it wouldn't be like at a negative or anything. So yeah, just go ahead and try to roll to track.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna go anywhere.
All our terrible dice rolls on this planet. It's just the Jersey effect.
He's like, where the fuck would a robot dog go?
You look for a robot dog park?
He doesn't even look like he used to.
He just looks like a rug.
I think I'm gonna start looking for like lodgings so I know that they're not in a 1 kilometer area.
Yep. They're not within 1 kilometer of you.
So I guess I will start looking in outside of a 1 kilometer radius for local lodgings or
Okay.
non-local lodgings.
I mean, you're able to find a like a motel. It has a parking lot. There's a single like an office, and then the entrance to each individual unit is like on the outside, so it's kind of like one of those like little strip mall looking ones. I'm sure they have a specific name. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. And the person in the office, ding ding, they look up for the magazine. Oh, hello. Are you looking for a room?
Yeah, do you guys take credit?
Yes, we do.
All right, I'd like to get a room, please.
Of course, ma'am. And he's wearing her Arbites armor, right?
Yes.
So he's just idly talking as he's like ringing up. Oh, you're with the Arbites. Are you hunting for those heretics?
That's classified information.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry. As well. Uh, you're all set. Here's your key, and he hands you a key for room 34. And like gives you the rates. It's 80 thrones a day.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome. If you need anything, please. And if I hear anything about the heretics, should I come to you?
No, you want to keep things to yourself.
Of course, ma'am.
We're
So,
protecting him, even though he doesn't know it. From us.
As far as you know, you didn't even see me.
Give him a little wink.
Yeah, a little wink. Make him feel important.
of course, ma'am. And so you have a room that has been charged to your credit card.
All right. I'm gonna try voxing again. I'm just gonna say, hey, what's up?
Still nothing.
Oh, fuck.
Eve's sitting in a room. What are Watchmaker, Tigo, and Gar doing? And I guess Champernine, but
Once we're in the clear, I was going to try to comm leech and see if I could listen in to get insight on our pursuit.
okay. So go ahead and do the tech use to. I think it's tech use, right? I can never.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Roll your tech use.
There's
You'd
no
be able to.
assisting in this, right?
You can assist with
Either
Okay.
Faith and fucking Bagora, I passed a roll.
All right. So you're listening for the police comm, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Watchmaker's able to tap into police comms with his inquisitorial grade comm leech. Very, very, very well designed. And listening in, he just hears like, "We lost the heretics," and it's like, "You were right behind them." It's like, "They've disappeared. I don't know." It's like, "Well, Inquisitor Winters is going to be not happy to hear this." Like, when he talks to us, well, keep looking. Search it, the next grid, and it just cuts off.
Alright, so we've shaken them, which is good, but now we gotta find a place to regroup.
Okay. And Chewie's just looking around. Bork.
Oh.
Bork, 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 bork.
I feel nothing. I am dog. No, I am friend dog. Feed him, pet him, give him your dollars.
So if you got a cyber cat, the cat wouldn't care.
Cybercat is indifferent to your cyber suffering.
Program Chewie to panhandle.
And Chewie starts to sniff around. Bark, bark, bark. And he sticks his nose to the ground and he starts kind of like walking in a one direction. Away from you.
Alright, let's
Follow
follow the
him
doggo.
And Chewie's kind of making his way
downtown.
Walking
somewhere.
fast.
You're not sure where.
No.
Can I stuff myself?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead,
let's
roll
just-
stealth.
Sneak follow the dog. Thank you. Have we gotten it out of our system, game? I try not to get salty at bad RNG, but it's like a slap fight where all you can do is like
I know the feeling, especially because I lost a character due to bad RNG.
Mac can also like pretend he's blind anyway, and Chewie's leading him.
That's true.
I mean, Watchmaker is like disguised.
I know,
Watchmaker doesn't have to
uh,
worry about people recognizing him, sort
it's
of.
Gar.
Yeah. No, Gar's disguised too.
Oh, it's just me and Chaperone then.
Yeah. So yeah. You're just following. Well,
Gotta
Chewie's
check
not attempting to be stealthy.
I know.
So you guys are just like shadowing this like cyber mastiff with a rug over him as he like is just like walking down a street with his nose to the ground.
In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, there are only shenanigans.
Trying to make like Dark Heresy like super grim dark 100% of the time is a bit strange just because of the shenanigans that occur by the randomness.
Yeah.
Can Eve like check her bead like occasionally?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna check again and see if there's any connection.
Let me just. Nope. Still outside of the 1 kilometer radius.
Hello.
Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo.
What's Eve going to
Keep following Doggo.
Okay. What's Eve doing?
Is there a TV in my room?
Yeah, there'll be a TV in the room.
I'm gonna check the news.
Switching on the news, you see top story is from the library, and you actually see the newscaster giving the cast you saw just like 10 minutes ago.
Oh. Am I like? Do I see myself like in the shot?
Yeah, you see yourself in like the crowd walking away. It's like it's the meme where you just like point.
Oh, the Spider-Man.
No, the DiCaprio meme.
Oh.
You just see like your nice purple Leclerc bag
Hey, that's me.
with like the silhouette of the woman on it, and like the fancy like font Leclerc.
So I'm just gonna see that news and be like, oh fuck, what'd they do?
But let's see here. Chewie rolled really well, so eventually, with Eve also occasionally checking in, you do eventually like Watchmaker. You do eventually hear Eve's Vox unit come in, the microbead.
Hi.
I'm gonna say like meet me out back.
Cash me outside.
See, the thing is though, where out back?
Is there not like a secret, like not like a secret, but like is there like a area that we can meet like privately before they come inside?
No, I just think it's kind of funny because like Watchmaker actually doesn't know where you are. You're just like, Watchmaker, meet me out back. He's like,
Go to
what?
the nearest Outback Steakhouse.
Which is precisely what Eve meant.
A miracle of the Emperor reunites the acolytes.
Oh, I guess I can't really specify out back where though.
Let us bow our heads and pray before the bloomin' onion.
I would say.
House. Yes.
Oh, you know what it is? There's an Outback Steakhouse, but it's Stake, and they specialize in executing heretics by impalement.
Yeah. You know what? I was just gonna have it so Eve would be able to tell, Watchmaker that she's at this specific space. But no, you actually do meet at this like restaurant where they do like the heretic execution thing. It's all a show. They have like actors who are pretending to be heretics get executed, but you do in fact meet at this one restaurant. Merely because it amuses me.
I'm just imagining a little tiny votive shrine in the center of a bloomin' onion. Like, that's how they bring it out. And we're all just eating around the table like, boy, that fucking sucked.
Chewie sees Eve, and he just goes, bark! And he just
Aww.
runs up to her, and he puts his front paws on her shoulders, because he's a massive-sized animal.
And I'm gonna say good boy.
And then Chewie's going to make a strength test.
That's a Chewie strength test, oh boy.
And Chewie's going to knock Eve down. He's too strong.
Strong boy.
He just jumps, bark! Pushes Eve on her butt. And he, like,
all right, off.
And he swings around and his tail, like, whips her.
And I have like a massive bruise.
Like on the shoulder. Ah, you little fuck.
So I'm gonna go up to Tico and be like, I got the goods.
We sound like freaking smugglers.
That was your cover when you first came to this planet.
And we're gonna be smugglers now.
Tico just looks, Tico just thinks to himself, oh, she went to Leclerc's.
And if
And then
I
it
did,
pans out and it's a commercial the whole time.
The marketing department for Leclerc's is, wow, this is like a lot of money we're spending on this 30-second commercial.
There's like somebody pitching this to the Inquisition as like an advertisement to. And it's just like,
This is like Watchmaker writing his his memoirs. Like, why the fuck did I take a look to a Leclerc's commercial?
Right, we had to hang that one guy to death on national TV.
So Eve hands Tigo the bag of makeup. Tigo's able to recharge his makeup kit. His disguise kit, actually, I guess. Makeup kit sounds a little more, less
manly.
connected to what he wants.
How's Champernon holding up? Physically and mentally?
I mean, he's like, you didn't really, like, run. Like, at this point, you just kind of, like, sauntered after Chewie.
Swiftly walking.
Champernon, you know, he's an older man. He's 250 years old. But he has a little bit of he has his rejuve treatment plus some cybernetics, so he's able to, you know, his leg's not great, but he can manage a brisk walk. So, you know, he can't run after you, but he can definitely like keep up with you as long as you don't move full speed.
Yeah, me and him both.
And mentally speaking, he's an Inquisitor, or he's an acolyte of an Inquisitor. So this kind of bullshit is what he deals with like most of his time.
Just making sure, because he made it clear he wasn't much of a field agent. Just wanted to make sure that if there's going to be a weak link in the chain, it might as well not be our NPC that we need.
I mean, he did tell you to go to the vault. I mean, you could just execute him now if you wanted to.
Nah.
All right.
He's useful. Ian's like, are you sure you don't want to shoot an old man in the face?
Watchmaker finds his hand just casually gripping the handle of the bolt pistol.
Oh, huh, the leather strap on my holster's been popped back again. I wonder how that keeps happening. Like, he doesn't he's got the gun in his hand and it's to his temple. Like, how does that keep...
Champernon, he's not a field agent, but he's at least, you know, stiff enough that he's not going to, like, be freaked out by this level of activity.
That's good.
I mean, he's looking forward to the bloomin' onion.
Yeah, I think he's earned a bloomin' onion this day.
We've
all earned the Emperor's bloomin' onion this day.
Do they have any bacon bombs?
I will roll influence to see if we can afford bacon bombs on our limited inquisitorial budget.
You have a credit card now.
Success! We have bacon bombs.
The what?
To
eat?
At the steakhouse.
Did we do the disguise kit?
Not yet.
No, not yet. I mean, you would have met in the parking lot. This would be like Watchmaker going ahead and ordering ahead of time.
Yeah, we've got like... There's a wait list. It turns out this is the only Outback steakhouse on this entire planet.
Actually, I'm changing it. It's a Black Angus now.
In the grim darkness. We try to get out. Oh God. The doors are locked from the outside!
Bend over, Abigail May.
Here comes the gravy pipe.
So you're in the parking lot of this, basically a chain restaurant located in Tilea City. You've been able to successfully purchase, ordering ahead of time, some less than healthy food, but at least it's good.
Keeping up the morale of the acolyte retinue is an important part of being an Inquisitor. They've earned the bloomin' onion.
I mean, you're not letting me kill anybody recently.
I promise you, as soon as we find somebody who's worth killing, I will let you fucking paint a Jackson Pollock with them.
So can we find the guy that narked us out?
Which one?
The one that I talked to.
I wonder how much money he got for
here's
narking
the
us out.
thing. Whoever narked us out is a loyal citizen of the Imperium who is operating on bad information. Like, we want them to hate and fear the Inquisition, or at least fear the Inquisition. So they're doing their part by, they think, obeying the law.
True.
They should also know that the Inquisition wouldn't be this like blatantly open like this.
Nah, the whole thing about the Inquisition is nobody knows how they work. They just show up and bad shit happens, which has borne out pretty well on this mission, hasn't it?
Well, we got to keep it going, so bad shit's gonna happen to this guy.
I'm gonna have to get a chew toy for Chewie and a chew toy for fucking Tigo.
You're in the parking lot. What do you do?
Let's.
Although I did like the RP on that. That was good.
That was fun, yeah. Let's get the disguises going when we're someplace completely out of sight, and hopefully we'll all be able to move incognito.
Okay. Tigo's able to you're able to find like a back area where there's like a dumpster out of sight of majority of people.
And we'll keep an eye out for onlookers.
Okay.
Right.
So
it's
Tigo.
just me and Chapernon, I think, right?
Yep. So just go ahead and roll your. That was with the plus from the disguise kit?
Oh no, I didn't put the pluses.
I might actually be able to help now that I think. Well, my fellowship isn't amazing. I'd be rolling.
Yeah. I mean, you could assist. So what would disguise kit add? Plus 20?
Let me check. I think it's 10, so it doesn't really matter.
Watchmaker wouldn't need to like roll. It would just be added on as a plus
so just
10.
add plus 10 for me helping.
10, so 60. None of them pass anyway.
All right. So unfortunately, Tigo doesn't. It's
I
like,
just like to imagine Eve watch. That is $347 of makeup.
The good thing is I bought $800 worth, so we definitely didn't go through 800 thrones worth of makeup.
I mean, Tigo is like. Tigo is able to get like a nice rosy blush on his cheeks. Like it really like brings out his like glow.
I'll be right back.
But he still looks like Tigo.
Use the restroom and get more coffee.
His eyelashes are far more luscious. Champernon's just it's like, oh, I look a bit younger now. Huh. I mean, I still look like myself, Mr. Tigo, but
Can I try again? Since we have.
you would have spent about an hour doing all this, so yeah, you can go ahead again. Add on the pluses for both the disguise
So
kit
I'll
and
just
a
do
plus 10
yeah,
for
I'll just
Watchmaker assisting.
20 then. 20.
Okay.
That's for who?
Chapernon.
Okay.
Okay. Chapernon looks like a different old guy.
Hooray! It's a different old guy. What the hell is this? Okay.
And Tigo is able to disguise himself relatively decent. Like he covers up any of his scars. Well, more Tigo's like was able to very successfully cover up that big scar on his face, and it still looks like a scar, but it's far smaller. It doesn't.
It's a sexy scar now.
Yeah, it's not. It's not like the brutal gash he has. It's like a Final Fantasy main character scar.
Oh God, they're gonna make me dance at the Final Fantasy 8 ball.
Look, I already did that, and that's where you got the fucking scar.
No, there was no dancing involved.
That's true. You never actually. There was dancing. You just didn't actually. No, Watchmaker danced there with the your inquisitorial asset.
It's been so long, I forgot.
Yeah. You kind of did it in reverse, but you danced and then got gashed. So all of you currently are disguised.
Yay.
And as far as you're aware, the police don't know what you look like. And you have a good start on information about actually smuggling things in. You know that the food is very bland. You can, like, this restaurant you're at now, you're paying a little bit more to get some, like, food that basically is good because it's greasy.
There's just vats and vats of monosodium glutamate that they just dump in.
They just deep fry everything.
The restaurant trick is butter. Just adding a shit ton of butter to every recipe.
Yeah, there you go. It's just like synthetic butter. So.
Synthetic butter. I'll burn this whole fucking world down.
But you do know that there are most likely people who are, especially seeing the caviar, understanding like how Weasel and Zan operate, understanding the trade of the planet, how these smugglers would like one of the basically like larger sources of smuggling would be very fancy, very delicious food.
Can we tell if they're operating right now or if they're under blockade as well? Like they might have a way to sneak through, or they might have an agreement with the locals.
You would need to find out somehow. So you understand what you're looking for. You just have to go and actually find it.
Okay. Maybe try an underworld lore roll.
Yeah, this would be more. Yeah, you could do like underworld scholastic or underworld common at like a -10.
Jack of all trades, fuck you, I'm an inquisitor. Give me my dice. God damn it!
Can I try?
This is why I took that fucking master of all trades.
That was forbidden lore. I was thinking more scholastic.
Oh.
But yeah, Tigo can try. Anybody with the underworld common can try it.
Oh, so close.
All right. Right off the top of your head, you're not able to really think about like what it is.
Okay.
But you have an idea of what you're looking for. You just have to find the information somehow by talking to somebody or by researching it somewhere.
We could increase demand and force the smugglers to be more overt if we like sabotage some of the local food so it can't get shipped out. But that's getting into Skyrim levels of side questing.
Do you want me to roll a common knowledge underworld?
Yeah,
worth a try. Can I assist?
Yeah, go ahead.
She doesn't need our fucking assistance.
All right. It would have been at a -10, but with Watchmaker's help, it would add out to the it would even out. So Eve's able to figure out that smugglers will be bringing in food through. They do a few things. They either will dock ships, like they'll either put it in crates that are marked as something else and then ship it downworld where it wouldn't be taxed or be even illegal. Like they would basically put it in a caviar in a bunch of things marked potatoes. Or they would have the food on board a ship, and then an unmarked vessel would pick it up and drop it off somewhere other than a landing port. And typically in that case, those ships are seen by radar. Like they're seen by whoever's like looking for them. So the smugglers bribe the people who are like looking for them to not report them.
Okay, so it's more money talks than anything else, which makes sense. It's Jersey.
Yep.
Well, right now we're short on money. We could always
And do remember,
Leclerc.
you have Chevronon.
Oh.
Do you see that when it moves, or only when I like let it go?
move it around again. I can see it a little. I just saw it go like a V. I see it. Moving. You know who I bet would be a decent in is planetary guard officers, like the higher ups. who are too fancy to eat shitty rations with the rest of their guys, so they probably are in on the smuggling.
Shepherdite actually speaks up to that when you mention that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's actually the plan for how to get the gangers. This planet technically does have an Imperial Guard division. It's just been deactivated. See, the plan I offered to Bleach and Flare was to, in essence, go to the planetary governor, say that they would reactivate the Imperial Guard and make them the generals, who would then just conscript the other gangers and reactivate Imperial Guard on the cheap while getting rid of the gangers on world. A kind of two birds with one stone type of scenario.
Maybe we could adapt that plan, and it could get us in with the planetary governor.
Well, I had put the offer to them, and they were going to kind of kick that off. I imagine they might have already spoken to the governor. They didn't quite tell me that end of the plan, but I have to imagine they had something in place before actually arriving at the circle.
Well, it's something, certainly. And a deactivated Imperial Guard regiment is just begging for corruption to get in at the ground level.
They do have I guess would be considered garrison only, not fit for campaigning.
Yeah, like, you can see Watchmaker actually trying to hide visible disdain.
But the important thing to keep in mind is they would have no officers. It would be simply non-commissioned sergeants would be the top rank. Bleach and Flare had hoped to be commissioned as the Imperial Guard generals, and then I imagine the governor of this planet would just send them off-world somewhere far, far away where they could not cause any more trouble.
Well, that sounds like what we want right now. I wonder... No, they would definitely not. Well, do they house prisoners on this planet, or do they ship them off somewhere off-world?
Let me think about that quickly.
Because we could register ourselves under aliases as prisoners and make our way out. The hard part would be giving up our gear or finding a way to smuggle it.
Well, thinking about it, on this world, there are both prisons where prisoners are kept, as one would imagine, but they do actually, the Arbites do ship prisoners off to penal colonies. Prisoners who are perhaps not as bad as to be executed, but are far worse than the standard of what you'd expect to find in prison. So we would have to be considered like quadruple murderers or something to that effect.
Show of hands here. Who is at least or more than a quadruple murderer?
I mean...
Yeah, I mean, you just did literally that, like, less than a day ago.
And then we got a bloomin' onion.
And a bacon bomb.
Guys, are we the baddies?
Yeah, you're all discussing this while you're just eating and, like... Are you actually in the restaurant or eating, like, in the parking lot?
We got takeout.
You just had a bench somewhere.
Can I refresh your drinks, hon? Like, we're in the middle of discussing how we're going to stage ourselves as prisoners to smuggle ourselves off-world.
My concern, as Champion speaks up again, we would have to go to the Arbites to do this. Do we necessarily want to do this and risk them recognizing us, even with our disguises?
No, there's a lot of moving parts, and it would involve necessarily disarming ourselves at some point or another, even if we got them back later. So that's an if everything else goes out the window, but...
Well, I'm sure we can think of something. You have a ship in orbit, it just can't send down your pickup vessel, correct?
Yeah. I believe that's correct, right, Ian?
Yes, it would be. Yeah, you have Bong Hogel, who's basically piloting your little cutter that's like docking with your like little scout vessel.
Yep. Okay. That is something.
Champion, I think you might be on the right track though. If we can find some smugglers, perhaps we can have them help whoever is looking for any ships landing to ignore the ship.
We could even, if we could get a message out to them, and we wouldn't need to use the psychers for that, for orbit, we could see if they could round up some fucking contraband food and make their story that way, and then we could smuggle ourselves back out with the empty boxes or something.
Oh, Champernand likes that. He's like nodding. That's a good thought. Yes, I think that's a good method.
Well, the less overt contact, the better, but that means we need to get some underworld contacts.
Well, I have a bit. Unfortunately, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head right now, but I actually, going undercover as the Glass Wasp, I do in fact have underworld contacts beyond the various gangers. I just need to get some notes together.
Okay, so let's hold up. Did Eve tell us that we've got a room?
I can tell them that I have a room available.
You have one room available.
That'll work. Let's find another place to hole up and hope that the night receptionist isn't also on the wanted list like our librarian was.
Oh, she wasn't up until she started to like. She didn't. The library didn't know what she got herself into. She just did.
I hereby pass motion that we name her an honorary Dave.
You're the Inquisitor. Don't pass. This isn't a democracy.
I mean, she decided for you. It won't take me alive.
All right. You hole up in the. You hole up in this motel, shoved together into one single room.
Cozy.
It is been multiple hours, so at this point it's starting to become dusk. What do you want to do during this time while Champernand is trying to like put together his thoughts about any underworld contacts he has? Better.
Check the news.
Okay.
Might as well, and I can check the comm. What's it?
Okay. Go ahead and we'll start with Tigo. Roll a logic to just kind of cycle through the news to see if you can get some good information.
Let's see. Where are you, logic? There you are, logic. Fail me, logic.
Okay. Tigo's able to cycle through news over the course of about 30 minutes to get good news reports. The news is showing the faces, like your actual real faces, and just saying that they're looking for these people still. The police have uncovered more heretics, and that they have, like, these are still the main heretics that the Inquisitors are looking for, but the police have been successful in finding and killing 4 different other heretics.
Or do they have the did they show the identities, or is there like anything?
It shows the librarian,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows 3 people in police uniform.
Oh, so they're heretics now.
Covering up their deaths.
It also is going over various people, like man in the street interviews, as like they're denouncing heretics. They're like, a guy's just like, yeah, it's my boss that works a heretic.
Do I recognize any of these people as the one that started this shit from
You
the
do.
library?
Well, make an intelligence roll, I guess. Nah.
Jesus.
nobody you've ever really seen before. But yeah, it's like man in the street interviews. They're like saying, like either they think they know this guy's a heretic, or they're like, I hope they get the heretic soon.
Do we
The
recognize
God of
anybody
Bruce.
there?
No, not really. No.
I was kind of hoping Dag would be on TV.
Not yet.
Is there any connection to like the gang in the news? Have they connected any of like the heretic activity to the gang?
No, although I would say with that success roll, Tigo actually is able to find like a newscast that just shows like some gangers were ambushed and have been killed, and that the police have successfully recovered a couple of like remote detonate bombs that did not explode.
I thought we collected
Yeah,
those.
so did I.
Oh, you did collect those. Okay, never mind. They were able to find that a explosion had gone off, like an IED had been set that blew up a tractor trailer, and that a gang ambush has left 7 gangers dead.
Anything about their tattoo being carved off?
Ritualistic killing noted with a removal of a tattoo. Police still believe it is ganger on ganger violence.
At the end of the day, it kind of was.
It was just the same gang. Within the same gang.
Police believe...
What did we say we were? The lightning skulls?
Yep. The police believe that it could be the work of a recently, a more recent gang, the Lightning Skulls.
Yes. We're making a name for ourselves.
But currently it's currently like there's bigger things going on, but this is still the kind of like blood and guts that the news really likes. You know, if it bleeds, it leads.
Yeah.
So, what if we committed crimes under the guise of the Lightning Skulls to get attention off of us, like make actual big like waves?
Are you asking the rest of them that?
Yeah.
Um,
Do we have a logo that we can like start painting and like on things?
Little snakes rule.
yeah, I mean, we could start tagging stuff. You know.
Just start causing destruction, like
Like
around.
instead of being like nobodies, we could like identify as the lightning skulls. Like that would make us like less.
It would be looking for us for the wrong
Conspicuous.
reasons.
I don't know.
It's a possibility if we need to build Underworld rep, but that's going to depend on what Champerdon comes back with.
So Champagnard, I did some GM rolls that you can't see, but it takes about 3 hours, but he's able to get his notes together. He's like, well, I'll admit, a lot of my underworld contacts in this world have found themselves to be dead, one way or another. Kind of like sweeping his eyes across you guys. I do have one person who's still alive and isn't connected to any of the motorcycle gangers. His name is Graf. He is involved in a few different things. I would say he is organized crime, but one who likes to stay in a more gray area of organized crime. So I believe smuggling might be one of his purviews.
Well, he sounds like a prime candidate.
Well, he is located here in Tilea City. He owns a upscale restaurant. Oh, Eve, you might find this interesting. It has a Leclerc's attached to it.
Oh. Cool. I'm associated with them now.
You now have Pierre Leclerc's.
But, well, Graf was his name before he, started his restaurant, his hotel. You might want to refer to him as Von Graf.
Von Graf.
I have a feeling if you were to approach him using his ganger name, he might not appreciate it.
Gotcha.
Do be aware, if he recognizes us, he will not hesitate to turn us into the Arbites.
That doesn't surprise me.
A 10 million throne per head bounty and complete exoneration of any criminal activities beforehand would be very tempting to him.
Sounds like the end of Vampire the Masquerade. Or Bloodlines, to specify.
Yeah. Needless to say, it's an option. So, I'll leave this to you, Inquisitor.
Well, it's more than we've got right now. And it does seem to be in line with where we're going. And worst case, if he does try to turn us in, we'll do what we've been doing.
You're certainly well equipped for more difficult situations, I'll give you that.
I would have preferred to keep things quiet, but sometimes fate has other plans.
Well, perhaps one day you'll be able to just get your own acolyte teams and you can just sit back and watch. But, yeah, so right now we're a bit in the thick of it, as it were.
No.
But I know his restaurant, the high end. A bit on the nose, if you ask me. But then again, I don't know if gangers were necessarily that well versed in coming up with good names for restaurants. The hotel's nice. It has a swimming pool.
Somebody in the back just silently fist pumps, like, yes!
Chewy. Bork. So he just writes down the address for the high end and hands it over to you. If you were to reference it with a map, you would see that it's about 20 kilometers in city.
Okay.
And about this point, it's 11 p.m. It's pretty late in the night. Yeah, kind of late in the evening, so.
I guess I'll do my comm leech again.
Okay, go ahead, roll tech use.
Thank you.
Watchmaker's able to tap into police comms, and it's very similar that the police now have no idea where the heretics went to. They're not happy they had to inform the Inquisition that the three members were heretics, but they would prefer to not go to them empty-handed. But they're also rather put off by the fact that Inquisitor Winters is not talking to them after that initial heretical capture or kill order.
Why can't they just say that they kill 4 random people and just say they charged bodies so bad that we can't identify them and be over with it?
They could, but crossing the Inquisition is a really good way to get you and everybody you know killed.
Yeah, but he's not really Inquisition because he's dead.
They don't know that.
Yeah,
we might be able to convince a sufficiently laissez-faire planetary governor to do something like that, though. So it is an option.
Let's make a quick roll for actually. What?
Yeah, let's ask. I was gonna say let's ask Chaperone about that.
What would you like?
Just is there a way to make them say we're dead? Just grab like a bunch of random bodies, and since we know that Winters is dead and they don't.
Well,
so nothing would ever really come of it because Winters isn't alive to actually follow up on this.
Well, I suppose it's simple enough matter to find some bodies and then burn them. That would be somewhat suspicious, though.
Can we?
If the orders, I've not talked to anyone running the investigation. Doing something like that might require our Arbites to verify.
What if we went into another building for more information, we blatantly get caught, but instead we're on the outside and completely decimate the building.
Oh, you mean like
We rig our own
lured?
death.
Well,
And
okay.
everybody sees it on TV.
That could work. Yes. I think once again this is a case of them wanting to ensure that the bodies have been recovered. So they would probably have Arbites searching through the ruins for your corpses before declaring that the blockade is over.
So we would need like some kind of. Can we forge Inquisitor identification or something?
Watchmaker, make an intelligence check.
Okay. I feel like the answer is no. Just by design.
Yeah, if we
especially
could
because
pretend
trying
that
to
we're
create our rival
Inquisitors.
Ex-Inquisitor? Fucking hell.
Actually, I'm gonna roll for Champernon. As you, that's enough, I guess. Wait, you are Inquisitors.
Well, we could pretend that we're other Inquisitors, and then we come and take care of the fake Inquisitor problem.
You misunderstand. Inquisitor Toke, your inquisitorial rosette is gene coded to you and can interface with cognitators to verify your identity as an Inquisitor.
True, but that would also mean giving up the rosette as part of this.
I mean, you don't have to separate yourself from it. You merely have to plug it into a cogitator.
Maybe what we could do is sneak into if we go with this plan, sneak into some place, log into some place with it, then quote unquote die, and then when they find it, they can confirm the credentials used on the cogitator.
Well, I'll leave that to you, Inquisitor. But I'm simply putting forth details that you may affect your plan.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a way to reliably fake the bodies to get the blockade lifted. That's just me.
Plan B, kill everybody.
Jersey was exterminatus off the face of the Imperium. Nothing of value was lost.
Blow the entire center of the city into oblivion. I mean,
we'll tuck that under Plan B.
You won't have to worry about the police anymore.
Solve the problem by sinking it. I think the criminal smuggling approach is probably our best bet.
All right. Did you want to do anything else?
Thoughts or objections or whatever?
I can't think of anything else other than not the kill everybody thing, but the actual legit plan I put out.
It has merit. My only thought is at the end of the day, we've got to fool. I don't know if Sutton and Hassar themselves are up there or just one of their agents, but we've got to fool somebody who's at least familiar with how inquisitorial equipment works.
This plan is to fake our deaths or the deaths of
our deaths.
People that we make up.
Yeah, fake our deaths. Like say that we let it leak that we were headed, like, I don't know, like to go grocery shopping, and then the police all show up, and we, from the shadows, assist in the complete like demolition of the entire building where nothing survives. Type of thing.
And you want the Inquisitor's rosette to be found there?
No, I just the thing is, I don't know. Like, I'm not knowledgeable enough to know if it would have survived something like that.
I think it would, but we probably also don't want to give it up.
No, that's why I was trying to say not to give it up. In a way, not to give it up, but
like place it on the location.
Destroy the location so bad that nothing survived, and it's
we just need to prep the location.
Yeah, like if we could prep a location and just make sure that it's absolutely annihilated, that there's a 0 point to even try.
A Leclerc's.
You look at the interest rate on your first bill. You've made a powerful enemy today, Leclerc's.
Just the Arbites, like
take our deaths.
the Arbites, just like we got a lead on the heretics. Where are they? They went to Leclerc's.
I think the smuggling route is, I think, the safest bet.
It'll be a fallback if this guy like rolls a critical success to immediately mark us.
Do we use it as a restaurant as the place?
With the bloomin' onion. I mean, the other thing we could do.
It's like it's like we're choosing. Do we want to do the bad ending, the neutral ending, or the really good ending?
None of the above. We're Inquisitors. We choose worst ending every time. One more possibility is just strong-arming the underworld by, like, going to some broker or smuggler, fucking ending him, and saying, we run this shit now.
I'm fine with the smuggler route, in whatever capacity. But I was just thinking.
It's a good idea. It's just going to be really hard to, like, we could fool the people on the ground, no problem. The problem is we have to fool whoever is up there impersonating Winters.
But how would they know if the people on the ground don't want to go in there? That means he would have to come down to verify himself.
And then we blow it up a second time. Yeah.
That's when the second explosives go off.
Have we considered like trying to get someone to communicate off planet, like, and just forcing them to do it?
I have, and I was thinking maybe a smuggler might be able to help with that if they have a rogue telepath or astropath. But if they've blocked all psyker communication to and from the planet, then they're going to be able to intercept that. I'm pretty sure, like, a psyker could probably pick up another psyker sending a fucking psi email.
You would know enough that you know that there are, like, legitimate astropaths, and when they send out the message, it can be received sort of like by who it's being sent to, so it's not like it can be necessarily picked up, at least I don't think it can, but it basically is like a message can be sent point to point, and I don't necessarily know. You could, like, other psychers could attempt to intercept that message if they know it's coming, but I don't believe it's something that can be picked up. It's a relatively safe way of sending messages.
Like, it can't be blocked by someone else?
It can be blocked.
But they have to know that it's happening?
Yeah. Yeah, like, they could do something like... There are ways to, like, prevent psychic messages from getting sent out. In this case, you have enough information to know that they just went to the astropaths on world and said, don't send any messages until we say otherwise.
Okay, in that case, that's a definite avenue. I'll ask Champredon if he knows if any of the underworld or the noble families who ply the smugglers would have, like, an astropath on retainer.
Well, I've not dealt with any of the noble families, but Von Graff has at least avenues to reach out to, let's say, non-licensed, or at least astropaths who perhaps would like to make a little more money on the side.
Okay, that's a definite avenue. I say we go with that, and we keep the fake our own deaths via atomizing a Leclerc's as back pocket plan. Mind you, I just like saying that, so it's sounding more and more appealing the longer I stay in Space Jersey, so we should probably get to the smuggler before I just crack.
This is what Space Jersey does to people.
So basically, I'm a bad influence.
Yeah, who's the equivalent of Bruce Springsteen singing Born to Run?
Oh, God.
Jesus. I'll have to think of one. I'll think of a good pun.
I still say it should be Gritsburg.
Alright, so smuggler time.
Okay. So you just wait till the morning?
Yeah, do the usual.
Okay. So you wait until about 6 a.m. planet time. You know where to go to get to the high end. But it's a 20-kilometer like drive, or I guess walk, depending on how long you want to take to do it.
Is there public transportation?
Yeah, you'd be able to get public transportation that would get you, somewhat close.
Let's take the bus for the Emperor.
Okay, so you go to a bus stop.
We're all disguised, but should we still scrutiny everything?
That's up to you.
May as well just be paranoid.
I work with an Inquisitor. I am paranoid. Oh my god.
Tigos
Oh my
and
god.
Watchmaker have not had their recaf,
Oh my god.
and Eve has not had a recaf.
Notice that they're all 90s.
Would you after this session reload the whole fucking thing?
Well, almost a 90.
This is banana shenanigans.
There, I faded mine.
Tigo, it's early in the morning. People are going to their jobs. Most of them are kind of bleary-eyed, and nobody's really awake, and they're not really paying you much attention. As far as you can tell, nobody recognizes you.
So what are we going to tell this guy our reason? Well, we're kind of we can't discuss this now.
I mean, we can discuss that on the bus.
What are we going to tell this guy our reason is for our needs?
I say we could probably combine some elements of the other plans. We could say hey, we're the Lightning Skulls, and we want to get in at the top instead of fucking around in the dirt like the former Skull Crew did. And that means possibly acting as the thugs on retainer for this guy, but we need certain services.
Okay.
All right.
And then once we get his astropath alone, because we probably have to direct him. By the way, you're sending this message to the Inquisition. Keep your fucking mouth shut. Because at the end of the day, we do have to tell the astropath who he's sending to for it to work, right?
You have astropaths who work for the Inquisition that are basically undercover as non-inquisitorial astropaths.
Okay, so yeah, we have somebody on the payroll who we can send the message to get the word out.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to say, I'm an Inquisitor, send this to the Inquisition. It could just be
send it to my friend Carlamald.
Just or send it to this world, to this specific astropath, and give them this message. That the would it would start with something that the astropath that received it would realize, oh, Inquisition message.
Okay, perfect. So that sounds like a good plan.
And this is actually something that not necessarily you, but Selena has let you know about before. So this would have been a few months ago, but takes about an hour, and the bus does its stops, goes around, and it drops you off about 10 blocks away from the high end. It's not a great morning. It's very dark out. There's a lot of dark clouds, and it looks like it's going to start raining.
Will that fuck our makeup?
I has an umbrella. Do I have an umbrella?
You can get an umbrella, but you don't have one currently.
Let's go to a store and get umbrellas.
Declares.
There's a local corner shop that has umbrellas. It sells few things, food, any toiletries you might need. Has a little coffee station.
We go to get coffee, roll a natural 100, and end up in another police chase.
It has a
donuts.
Has a recap. Even with your limited funds and your Leclerc card, I would say it's not difficult to get some umbrellas.
Cool.
I really just mentioned this to add some setting, but.
Well, somebody had to ask if our makeup would run.
Way to fuck us.
I'm not trying to fuck you over. It's just that
I know you're not. It's just the dice are.
Getting the umbrellas.
Eve picks one with little cherries on it.
You find a little cherry. It's a little tiny umbrella. It has like little nice cherries on it.
And like frilly edges.
And it has like frilly edges that like kind of like are like it's furry around the edges. It doesn't seem like a great design for an umbrella, but Eve realizes this world probably doesn't actually see a lot of cherries. Whoever gets this umbrella probably doesn't even know what's printed on it. And you walk the rest of the way to the high end. Like the maitre d' outside sees you as you walk in. It's like, greetings. Are you here for a table? If you have any reservations, please let me know. We are currently serving breakfast.
Yeah, let's grab a table and
We're a little busy right now, so there's a bit of wait, unless you've made a reservation, of course, sir.
Oh, of course. Here's my information. Oh my god. Anybody want to plus 10 me on that one so I don't die?
Yeah, it can be like you.
You hand him over an empty like bag of thrones. It's like got a bit of it, like a few in it. It's like.
Can I? Do I just need to roll?
In this case, no. It's just like the fact that you're
Well, Gar has influenced them.
It's more the fact that your influence is kind of running a little light because of the blockade. You just
Gar
can't.
Literally
I would say that it's more that like Watchmaker's role was the only one you could make just because of the reduction in your current influence.
That makes sense.
But there are ways to, like, you could try and convince him another way if you wanted to.
Gar,
Gar, chop his head off.
I do kind of want to see Gar trying to schmooze.
I mean, did you want me to schmooze or chop?
Schmooze.
Schmooze.
What do we want him to do again?
God, I'm gonna lose because Kaepernick would be like smooze.
Get us a table.
Oh. You there.
Sir?
We require a table.
Well, if you don't mind waiting
now.
Make a command test.
I will.
Set your brazier on fire.
I
will take that.
Okay.
Don't you have the thing that lets you redo things, or is that?
I do have the thing.
Something else.
You're right. I don't have to fake that.
Okay.
Yeah. Again and again. One more time.
Jesus.
So
okay.
Here comes a 68.
Command.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
Maybe I will reload the chat log just to be safe.
Yeah.
Dreadfully sorry, sir. We currently have no tables available. If you don't mind waiting an hour or two, but I can't guarantee you'll actually get a table.
Well, somebody's gonna hear about this, okay?
Champernon whispers to Watchmaker, should we talk about seeing Von Graff?
Yes, I was actually just about to do that. I'll clear my throat and say, actually, to be honest with you, we're here to see Mr. Von Graff with a business opportunity that is both delicate and time sensitive.
Oh, I'm dreadfully sorry, sir. I wish you had said so earlier. But yes, make a charm test at a plus 20 for invoking Von Graff's name. Okay, Watchmaker. Watchmaker is able to charm the maitre d'. It's like, please, sir, follow me. And he leads you up a staircase, and it goes by like into a room where there's actually it's flanked by two guards. They're wearing suits, they look very nice, but you can see that under their jacket is definitely like some measure of weapon. The maitre d' approaches, and the guards open up like the little felt rope and let you through. The maitre d' brings you in and just sets you at a bar in this like private area. A few moments, please. I'm just going to speak to Mr. Von Graff and just let him know that you arrived. What name should I say is here to see him?
Let's see. I can't
Yep,
use
all the way back to the very first session of this mission.
Right.
I mean, I did write down the alias I was using. I just don't want to use the alias I was using unless. Well, has any of the police reporting or anything included that alias, or has that just been what we've been using?
I don't think you've used it at all.
Okay, then I'll tell him that a Captain Sergio is here to see him.
Captain Sergio. Yes, of course. Are you with a rogue trader, sir?
We are with a trader who is rogue, yes.
Of course, sir. And he steps away. Bartender comes up. Can I get you anything while you wait?
Mimosas!
He pours champagne and orange juice and makes you some very good mimosas.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Holds out his hand for a tip.
I'll give him the pitiful bag of thrones.
I think you've had a rough morning, huh?
A little bit.
I understand.
He does, but he doesn't.
About 15 minutes pass and the maitre d' comes back. It's like, Mr. Von Graff, will see you now. Please, follow me. And takes you to a... it's a room off of this, like, private area. Door opens up. Inside is a older man. His hair has started to go on the top, so it's just like the kind of like a little bit around the edges, definitely going gray. And where once he probably was in pretty good shape, he has gone to seed. His a little heavier, especially around the middle, and he's dressed in a suit that very well tailored, very nice. You can just see just a little bit underneath the collar is like gang or tattoos.
Okay.
Captain Sergio, please come in. I hear you have a business opportunity for me.
I do. Thank you. Come in and sit down, all gracious-like.
What can I do for you, Captain?
Well, we find ourselves at an impasse with regards to the Emperor's Most Holy Inquisition and their kind of looks up at skyward. Embargo.
Yes.
Doing business. I'm sure you understand. It's been very...
It certainly requires different avenues of approach, but I'm adaptable.
Well, Mr. Von Graff, it's a... I speak to one... He said, just a quick sidebar. Champernand said don't call him by his old ganger name, but would it be okay to ally to his prior ganger career? Like he's not hiding that he used to be one? At least not from other criminals?
Champernand didn't mention one way or another.
Then I better not chance that then. Probably the sort of thing I should have asked you first, but anyway.
You can try and make like a scrutiny to see if like how he reacts to various like yeah, you can make like a scrutiny to like try and get an idea about how he feels.
He did. He rolled a 74 out of 74.
I literally passed by 0.
Okay. You get the idea he's more interested in moving away from attempting to be a ganger. He's trying to keep his like tattoos covered up.
Yeah. Okay. So, some associates of mine recently ran into trouble out on the road. Small, page 4 news compared to what's been going on with these heretics. But I have in my possession a great quantity of exotic seasonings that I think the local gourmands would appreciate, but it's trapped in orbit.
Interesting.
I'm worried that it might go stale.
I see. What sort of, Speak freely here, friend. This room is quite well insulated against any prying ears. It's just all of us together.
Kind of lean in, tent fingers like this. We're looking to expand our own business opportunities, and right now we've lost our pilot and his shuttle. We still have our supply chains, and we are, quite frankly, looking for patronage to continue doing business. And, of course, the lion's share of the cut, at least until we could amend the situation, would go to you.
Of course, of course. Well, I'm sure I could arrange something. Would you be willing to perhaps give me a cut ahead of time?
Unfortunately, my resources on world have been all but depleted, but if you happen to have an astropath in your employ who doesn't mind, shall we say, skirting a law that doesn't apply to any of us, he could contact one of my associates in orbit, and he could arrange that advance payment quite generously.
Oh, if you just want to reach somebody in orbit, you can just, call them. We have a Vox communicator that can reach into the orbit.
This would need an astropath. With the Inquisition in orbit, I left instructions to make sure that our wares were not tossed. So they are no longer around. They were quickly cleared for onboard suspects, but rather than stay around and wait for trouble, they left sector.
Of course. Make a charm test at a +20. He didn't do great on scrutinizing you, so he thinks this is a good deal.
Thank you.
So, well,
God, you're charming.
I don't have anybody on staff, but I definitely can make sure that a message gets out. You'd be perfectly willing to stay around here, of course, just in case your shipment didn't come through.
Oh, of course. And, well, we're a very capable lot, as I'm sure you can see by our rough-spun appearance. If there's any matters that need maybe not discreet attending, but attending.
Oh, yes. No. I'm quite sure you're capable of achieving anything you need to, one way or another. Let me get an astropath to speak to. Well, I suppose just give me the details. I'll pass it along, and I'll let you.
Sorry.
I'll let you know the results.
I'll go ahead and give one of our astropath contact identities and write down a message for him that sounds businesslike, but it includes the Inquisition heads-up notice.
Okay. This would be, the Inquisition phrase to let him know that he's receiving a message from an Inquisitor. We live in a Twilight world. And so you write that down. You write down your business message. What do you want to put in the message exactly? To have your contact do?
I would say we probably want to describe the situation indirectly and leave him instructions to get inquisitorial backup from the Lord Inquisitor's remaining loyalists.
Okay.
At least somebody who can come in. Oh, I know what we can do. Give me just a moment to try to write this out before I say it to you.
Okay. In the meantime, Von Graff looks at Chewie. Can I pet your dog?
Let him sniff your hand first to see if he likes you.
Von Graff pulls out his hand. Chewie sticks the hand with a cold metal nose. Huh. I think your dog. Tilea.
Tilea, thank you.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Von Graff's I think your dog may be a little under the weather. His nose is cold, but it's dry.
I'll have to take him to the vet.
Well, we have a number of excellent veterinarians. I know a good horse racing. I know a good vet because of I have a few contacts with the horse racing on this world.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, horse racing's a passion of mine, you see. Beautiful animals. Have you ever rode a horse before?
No, never.
fascinating. They're
I'd
absolutely
like to try that.
Well, perhaps you will one day. If we keep doing business, I'm sure we'll be meeting at the racetracks every once in a while.
That sounds wonderful.
Oh yes, I know quite a few jockeys. You're a bit tall for a jockey, sadly, but I can definitely set you up with riding a horse. Lovely creatures, very big too, but very gentle. I can appreciate their more innocent nature. And they do have a tendency to make good money if you know who to bet on.
How do you know who to bet on?
Oh, simply, I bet on a horse and they win.
That sounds pretty lucky.
Oh, yes, yes, I'm a very lucky man. I mean, although some people would say I make my own luck, but I think this might be a good introduction to start a more interesting business relationship. Although I do have a question. You've been concerned about the Inquisition in orbit. My contacts say the Inquisitor sent a message, but hasn't been in contact with the rest of the planetary force. A bit odd, if you ask me. Normally, Inquisitors tend to grab the reins and hold on as tight as possible for any investigation they're involved in.
To be honest, that is most of my concern right now. It's the lack of information forthcoming leads me to believe a misstep could be very costly to my grain harvesting business.
Yes. I've heard that the Inquisitor doesn't have a ship in orbit. He's sourcing local forces to ensure the blockade is upheld.
Hang on, let me.
It just seems odd to me that the Inquisition would have such a light presence with such a heavy-handed approach, but I'm not familiar with the Inquisition myself and their methods of operation beyond simple observation and hearing things through the grapevine.
What's the name of that thing? What are the lights that they put inside for growing plants?
Are they just grow lights?
Like high pressure sodium lights.
Yeah, I don't know what their specific
Yeah.
term is.
Nowadays everything's LEDs.
Can a plant grow on LED? I don't know enough about what plants need beyond they need sunlight. I guess UV. I guess a UV light would be like what a plant could use to grow.
Okay, I'm just about done here. Thanks for waiting.
Oh, problem.
So, something like this. We live in a twilight world. Winter has come early to Tilea and settled in like a cloak over the planet, and I fear it may adversely affect our good lord's harvest. While I am tending the crop as best I can, I believe more eyes on the situation may prove beneficial, and bringing additional grow lights to warm the crop as soon as possible will help preserve the bounty.
Okay, you hand over the message to Von Graff. Takes a look at it. There's a message in there. I just can't puzzle it out myself. So I suppose I should applaud your ability to hide whatever it is you're attempting to send.
Just a simple cipher. It's not one of our most secure ones. This is more for public-facing operations outside of our own organization.
Well, either way, I can appreciate working with professionals. So I'll get this to an astropath who is willing to send out a message to your contact, and we'll wait from there. Please, in the meantime, I've had my maitre d' secure rooms in the hotel attached to this restaurant for you.
Thank you so much.
It's in the penthouse suite.
Thank you so much. One last scrutiny on this guy to make sure he hasn't rumbled our disguises.
Yep, go ahead.
I'll
You're
scrutiny.
just not sure.
Hold up. We can all scrutiny, right?
Yeah, anybody who wants to run a scrutiny can.
Yeah, we're all in the room.
Read the room.
All right. Eve gets the idea. Wow, damn. Hasn't major disguise. Gar's
Gar.
able to figure out that this guy has not only not major disguise, he's almost certain that you are in fact smugglers, but doesn't actually think you're going to come through, and is basically putting you in a spot where he can like hold on to if he needs to.
I will transmit this knowledge to Watchmaker by smiling and winking at him.
Wink. Well, sounds good to me. If he thinks we're inept, he's not far from the truth.
It's not that he necessarily thinks you're inept, just that he doesn't think you're actually going to come through.
Ah, that's fair.
But
Well, he's not wrong. We're not gonna come through for him.
I mean, we might. Like, the harvest I ordered is here. Just inquisitorial black ships blot the fucking sky.
Guys, is this guy a Dave?
Probably not. I think he commands Daves. We could make him a Dave.
We need more Daves.
I guess we'll find out in the end.
The door opens up and there are 6 guards. They're very nice suits, but they're very the very big guys. The little earpieces. You can see they have something they're armed with in their coat pockets. Please come with me, and we'll take you to the penthouse suite.
Thank you. And
Is there a jacuzzi?
Yes, there is in fact a jacuzzi.
Eve is gonna use that jacuzzi.
He leads you.
Oh wait, no, I'm not. No showers.
You could just. I mean, you could like call room service if you want to recharge your disguise kit, but it currently does have enough. Still.
Assuming no fucking Starscream ass rolls, yeah.
He leads you to the elevator. You can feel it go up for a pretty decent amount of time, and elevator opens up into it's like a larger area with some hallways going off to the left and right, and there are guards flanking either door to like the different hallways. He brings you through one of the hallways, down a ways opens up into a large room with multiple beds, an attached balcony. Looking out, you can see that you're probably a good 30 stories up.
Is anyone keeping track of how to get out of this place?
I would be trying to internally case it, but with my dice rolls, no.
You knew you took the elevator up, and you've been passing a lot of guards.
We went up.
Well, we would have to notice what floor we were on originally.
You're on. Yeah, you would see the elevator would show you're on like floor 36.
Jesus.
That's fine.
And it's a very large, very fancy room. It's like Ritz-Carlton level. It's definitely like one of those like really high-end hotel rooms with anything you could possibly like. A really, really nice balcony too. Like there's actually furniture on it. There is in fact a jacuzzi on the balcony.
Sad face.
And the guard says, "We'll be keeping you safe up here, sir. If you have any need of anything, please, the phone is right there. Call down for room service. We'll bring you anything you desire. If you do desire to go to the bar, we'll definitely escort you for your own protection."
Thank you so much. I look forward to working with all of you.
He just like shuts the door. Click.
About time something went to plan.
It's okay, they can't keep us here because I fucking
I was waiting for them to try to confiscate our arms and start rolling intimidate checks. Anyway,
we're gonna fast forward about a day. Did you want to do anything within that 1 day period?
I
check
think
if the room is
bugged.
tapped.
Yeah, check
But
the
even
room.
if it is, I think that we can't really do anything about it.
Go ahead and roll security to determine if you can find any bugs.
Yay.
Yeah, you're able to find a couple of bugs in like the phone, a couple of lamps.
I think we should leave them.
Yeah.
It gives, from what you can determine, pretty good coverage of the room.
Do they have cameras?
You're not able to find cameras.
Okay, so we can still write stuff down to each other if we need to. But honestly, I'm okay with us just playing the role of smugglers until the next thing happens, whether it be good for us or bad for us. Right, Sergio?
Yes.
Our bold captain?
Sergio says, "You fool!"
Captain Sergio the Ruthless.
You fool! I would have not done this.
Well, yeah, he would have just licked his balls and meowed for cat food. Gar, lick your balls and ask for cat food.
Only if you can answer the riddle.
During this period, beyond checking for bugs, did you want to do anything else?
Keep tabs on the news. Use the comm leech. Make sure our gear is ready and topped up and as much as it can be.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead. I guess we'll start with checking the news. So verify. Just go do a logic test.
Okay. And I assume anybody who's watching can make it.
Yeah. Anybody wants to like. The news is, yeah. At this point, there's been no real information change. So. And this hotel also locks down a lot of the stations you can watch. So you're just seeing a lot of ads for the hotel and its amenities. And they do have channels if you wanted to watch like pay-per-view. Both R-rated and X.
We just buy the nearest WrestleMania and watch somebody hit somebody with a power chair.
Oh, yeah. Look, it's Robo Bernie Sanders with a steel chair. Can we do like a tech use to unlimit the channels?
Yeah, go ahead and roll tech use to try and like splice.
Would I know if we can do that discreetly without getting noticed when we do that?
You have to use a tech use to see.
I think I got you though.
But watch, Tigo's able to splice the channel and is able to bypass the hotel's lock. And is able to access any X-rated movie that the library offers for free.
Mostly for the news.
But is also able to access the news. The news is.
What you guys do in the nighttime?
I have one question about the X-rated channels, and I'm dead serious.
Yes.
Is there anything heretical we could use as leverage?
No, not real. No.
I had a feeling you were gonna ask.
Von Graff probably isn't gonna like have that available.
No fucking Slanesh purview.
Not for anybody he doesn't actually know.
Alright, so.
But you're able to find the news, and the news is not really changing. It's a lot of like updates on the hunt for the heretics. They haven't really found anything. It's a bunch of talking heads who are like.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Arguing with each other about the heretics.
God. This planet has a fucking news cycles. We gotta wipe this place out.
It's a 24-hour news cycle. Couple of fluff pieces every once in a while. The pretty kitty has like it's like the adoption network, and like, look at this new kitty. He's a.
Are there any updates on the memorial for Donna?
What about Dag?
Nothing that you see about Dag. I guess
we could call him. I wonder if
it's been about a year.
I feel like calling
since...
him's an awful idea right now.
Yeah, not right now. We can call him later.
It's been about a year since Donna died, so yeah, you would see like the 1 year since Donna's like passing memorial.
Like
you
a
see,
flavor in the wind.
You just see like all of her various friends who are just like paying her tribute and talking about how wonderful she was, how what a loyal like servant of the God Emperor she was, how sad that she is.
Part of her terrible heresies.
how upsetting that was that like her plasma generator that she brought in for like her huge special effects thing just like exploded, and like they got to make sure like you check the rider when you're like going to a do concerts.
She just mysteriously burned to death.
She mysteriously exploded.
So it goes.
Alright, I need to leave soon, so.
I think we can finish the session. I just want to go through one more thing.
Yeah.
But after about the day, there's a call. And it's actually Von Graff. And, Captain, there's the Astropaths received word back from your Astropath He says that Imperial Navy Admiral Maris wishes to speak with you.
I'll be along presently. Thank you.
Well, you don't quite understand. You see, the blockade's been lifted, and Imperial Navy ships are going to be picking you and your crew up. I didn't realize you had such deep contacts and connections with the Imperial Navy.
Oh, it's just one of several. Thank you for your cooperation in this difficult
scrutiny that.
Go ahead and roll scrutiny.
Just for old time's sake.
He's telling the truth that he's deeply confused.
Probably a little shaken.
Some Navy men will be heading up to escort you to a ship.
Thank you very much. Now, as for our arrangement, you'll hear from us.
Yes, of course. Of course, I'll be in touch. You know where I'd find me if you ever are in need of any assistance. If you're out of the world again, please come and visit me. I'd be quite as happy to assist you.
Oh, I'd be delighted.
He just hangs up the phone. About 20 minutes later, there's a knock at the door, and the guards open it up. They're standing back. Their hands are very, clearly not, near their coat, anywhere like that. And some very sharp, well-dressed uniforms, very well pressed, with the las carbines slung over shoulder. It is that's Imperial Guard Navy uniform. People come in, it's like, Captain, I've been sent on behalf of the Admiral Maris to bring you forth. He received your message.
Thank you, my good man. Gar, stop stealing the shampoo bottles.
Gar's head stick out of the bathroom. Are we leaving?
It exfoliates.
My towels aren't this good.
Grab whatever you want. Or coming.
We fucking steal the shampoo bottles and the towels.
You just get the bathrobes.
It's complimentary.
The guards there.
Can we do a good faith thing and get Dag out of jail?
Yeah, I was actually going to say before we leave, I'm going to dispatch orders now that my credentials have been reestablished, or once they're reestablished, to pull him out of jail.
Are we sure we're in the clear here?
Once we are. I'm not going to say it while we're still in the mix. But once we're
Yeah, the Navy men.
Can I send him the package with the obscure and everything?
Yeah, you still do have that. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So, the Navy men lead you down to get on the elevator. Goes all the way down. They lead you outside, and there's an armored transport. The back opens up, and you are led on board. Closes up. They look around. They take off their jackets, and you see underneath they're wearing the carapace armor of inquisitorial stormtroopers. The Lord Inquisitor received your message. Quite clever, working with local crime elements.
Our options were somewhat limited, but we've recovered the glass wasp.
Good, good. Well, he'll be quite happy to hear that. He'll be asking you for your report, but in the meantime, we are to take you to the starport and get you off-world, get you back to your ship.
Excellent.
And he points to Chaperon. Is this a glass wasp here?
Real quick scrutiny, just because this might as well be the last moment when something could go wrong.
He is. In fact, you've seen him before. He actually is on the staff of the Lord Inquisitor.
Okay, then yep, this is him. And actually, hold that thought. Would this guy recognize Champernot? This guy personally?
You're not sure.
How do we want to play this? Because we do want to keep this guy alive. He's useful. But if we turn him over to the Lord Inquisitor, or the Lord Inquisitor knows we've got him, he's dead.
I think he knows now.
I mean, he recognized him pretty much right away.
Well,
he's just assuming because he knows the rest of us are
yeah.
in the Inquisitor's employ. This is a local informant whose use we are still evaluating. I'll have some words for him when we're finally back aboard.
Of course. He's not gonna, like, question this enough to, like, actually care.
Okay.
So, the transport arrives at the starport, and Von Hogel's ship is waiting to pick up. Inquisitor, good to see ya.
And I hired a guy to just give the stuff over to Dag, right?
Yeah, go ahead and make an influence to get him out of prison and to actually, like, send him the thing. Okay?
Holy shit!
You just, like, send him an edible arrangements full of cocaine.
Tigo's able to call the police station where Dag is and be like, hey, this is Imperial Navy, you gotta let him out. We work with the Arbites on this, and we need him for, like, an
Give him this
investigation.
package.
You just give somebody, like, yeah, you have, like, local transport just deliver the package to Dag.
I think Dag is the one who came out of this the best and the cleanest this entire mission.
This is true.
Well, not the cleanest, but.
Well, not now. He's got
So
his orders, so he can join the gang.
So at this point, Von Hogel is ready to take off. He's like, yeah, anything more to do on planet, Inquisitor?
I don't believe we do.
We have to pay off Eve's credit card.
And just bomb the place.
Let's see. We killed the Skull Crew. We temporarily shorted this guy, but I'll probably send him like a fucking gift basket full of thrones or whatever.
Curious, actually.
Make use of him later.
Sounds like the wrap-up music of Door, like, we killed the Skull Crew and shorted this guy. Yeah, we did it.
You know, I don't know why I bothered running the math. I guess I like double checking it. Eve now owes on that credit card about a little more than $1,200. 1,200 thrones.
This is why you're in the Inquisition, so you could open lines of credit and then not pay them off.
We'll definitely be finding out what happened with the ship with Winters allegedly on it in the debrief. I don't know. I can't think of anything, but we've been playing this mission for ages, and my memory is terrible.
It's been about, what, 6 sessions now?
Yeah.
Plus off this dear call.
At this point, the ship lifts off and docks with your scout ship. Captain of the ship contacts you. My Inquisitor, where should we make to now?
Well, let's see. We got our Glass Wasp info, right? On some of it. We know about the Demon Host.
Yep. And Shepardon told you that they were speaking about the vault.
That's right. Do we? I guess we'll make for the vault, and we'll open up communication with the Lord Inquisitor in transit.
Of course, my Inquisitor. I'll have the navigator chart course now. And takes a few minutes. They chart a course, and the ship falls into the warp. Like, you just hear the alarms go off. The large metal shutters descend and close, covering the various, like, windows looking outside, and the Geller field. You just feel that slight tingle on your skin as it engages, and you feel yourself just, like, lurch and fall into the warp. And we will call it for there.
Fuck you, Space Jersey.
So yeah, okay. How long are we playing? Okay, about 2.5 hours. So yeah, 250 XP, and we'll pick this up.
What about that RP between me and Matt?
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you what. 50 XP for the both. Yeah, 50 extra XP for the both of you, just because I like that.
Aw.
Thank you. That was pretty good.
That was a lot of fun.